Hey there, everyone. Today I was thinking about this man that I met several years ago, and he was telling me how he lost a lot of money in the 2008 stock market crash. He thought that he was really set for his retirement. He thought he had all of his ducks in a row. He had done everything right. But essentially, he lost so much money that he had to start over. And his decision in starting over was to move to another country. He expatriated to Brazil. And I do believe he's still living in Brazil. But if you're somebody that wants some practical retirement solutions, if you didn't save enough, if you did lose money in a stock market crash, whether it's 2008 or later, you're somebody that doesn't want to be told that you need to work until you drop or expatriate or delay your Social Security, you're in the right place. But this is not another one of those you should have saved more lectures. There's enough of those out there. So you're not going to hear that from me. So if that's what you're looking for, you probably need to move on and go someplace else. But if you are looking for a plan where you can control your future, stick around. Retirement isn't your finish line. It's a business. It's your retirement business. Once you leave the job, once you leave your former career, retirement becomes your business. You become both the CEO and the customer of your retirement business. And when you start thinking of retirement this way, something's going to shift. You begin to make decisions with more clarity, purpose, and efficiency instead of with fear or guilt. And I think when people don't have the kind of money that everybody preaches that they need to have, they do start coming from a place of fear and guilt. So with this strategy, you're going to free yourself from that worry. You won't be coming from that fear or guilt that I should have. But hey, don't worry. You don't need an MBA or any kind of business background to be able to take advantage of what I'm going to tell you here today. It's a simple, powerful idea that anybody can use. And if you're already planning for your retirement, you're probably already looking at different ways and strategizing and trying to solve the problem that you have. So if you're ready to make a change, let's dive into my 4 business-inspired strategies that can help you make the most out of the money that you have, even if you didn't save enough for retirement. Number 1, assemble your team. Every successful business starts with a solid team, and so does your retirement. So who is your number 1 teammate? Your spouse or your partner if you're married. Otherwise, you are your own teammate. And for decades, you've been making family decisions, buying homes, raising kids, paying off debt. Now retirement is a whole new project. So start with conversation. If you have a partner or a spouse, start with conversation. What does each of you want your retirement to look like? Do you want to live in an RV or travel the country? Do you want to stay in your current home and build a backyard garden? Do you want to work part-time, volunteer, maybe buy a boat? It's super important to get on the same page as your partner, but it's not by compromising. It's by listening and creating a shared vision. And if you struggle with that, I actually have some content called Don't Compromise with Your Spouse on Retirement Plans, because I really think that couples need to find harmony without giving up what matters most. And that's where the teamwork comes in. It's not about just agreeing. It's about aligning your values and strengths to reach the same goal. Number 2 is achieve the mindset. So let's talk a little bit about the mindset shift that makes all of this work. Think business like, think success. Again, you don't have to have been in business to think this way, and you don't need any particular business acumen to think this way. But every thriving business has one goal, and that is to keep the customer happy. And in this case, you are the customer. So it's not anything that's difficult. It's not starting a business. It's just keeping you, the customer, happy. So to begin with, you would say, well, what truly makes me happy? What do I value most? Because just like in any business, when you understand your customers' needs, in this case, they are your own, you stop wasting time, energy, and money on things that don't matter. And that's really when the magic starts to happen. That's when you'll start seeing the money flowing differently. It means that instead of feeling stuck, you constantly look for ways to make small, meaningful improvements in your finances, your lifestyle, and your daily happiness. When you see yourself as both the business and the customer, you stop chasing perfection and start creating value. Number 3, scope your project. Every business defines its problems before solving them, and you can too. So sit down with yourself or your spouse and get honest, get real. What areas of your life are holding you back financially or emotionally? Are you overspending on things that don't bring you joy? Do you feel pressure to maintain appearances for family or friends? Maybe you're still helping adult children financially, even when you can't really afford to. The bank of mom and pop is a real big factor in America. So let me know what you think about the bank of mom and pop. Should people help out their adult children, or should they consider their own retirement before helping out their adult children financially? So there's all of these nuances that go in with that. There's all of these different situations, and I don't know your particular situation, but I would like to know what you think about helping out adult children financially. We haven't done that, but I would be interested to know what you guys think about it. Once you start thinking about the things that may be holding you back financially or emotionally, write them down, because that's where the power comes in. A lot of times just writing things down really does bring things to the forefront. It really helps us to address that. Ask yourself, what makes my retirement thrive? Where am I wasting resources? That's time, energy, or money. And what actions would have the biggest impact? Which ones would have the most positive impact on your situation? That's how you start scoping your project, your life project, your retirement project. Number 4 is transform your problem. Once you've defined your problem, you can transform it. So once you talk about it with your partner, once you start seriously getting honest about these things, thinking about them and writing them down, this is where the transformation can come in. You define the problem and now you can transform it. This is where it gets really exciting, because transformation can bring the freedom. You're not guessing or hoping anymore. You're measuring and improving. You're choosing actions that produce real, visible results. So let's say you realize that weekly dinners out are draining your budget. You might trade them for eating in, cooking together, and reconnecting. Or maybe you've got an old fishing camp that really isn't bringing you joy anymore. Selling it could fund a trip that you've dreamed of for years. So you see how that works? You're making intentional choices that add value to your life. So this process is about growth with less waste. That's the heart of our message, the continuous improvement mindset that helps you live better with the money that you have today. If people criticize you for your choices, as Mel Robbins says, let them. They're not the customer of your business. You are. So just let them think whatever they're going to want to think, because you're the one that's in charge. It's your life, and this is your time to shine. Everything I've talked about today is a lifestyle system that helps you maximize value and joy by eliminating waste, and that's financial, emotional, or otherwise. It's not about having millions. It's about making the most of what you already have, efficiently, creatively, and happily. If you didn't save enough for retirement, take a breath. There's hope. Your future is not set in stone. You can reframe it. You can rebuild it. All you need is the willingness to think outside the box and start managing your retirement like it's the most important business of your life. And if you think about it, It really is. Your retirement is your important business. And when you do that, you'll stop fearing the future and you'll start shaping it. I hope this has inspired you to look at your retirement differently. And if you want to go deeper, please check out our website. We have a lot of information there. Remember, retirement isn't just about the money. It's about value, and you decide what's valuable. Thanks so much for being here. Please hit the like button so more people can discover my channel, and subscribe for more outside the box retirement content. Till next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and trust your retirement journey. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Marlene. See you next time.